Talker. Expert news and views on the Lowcountry real estate scene. The Brian Beatty Real Estate Show on 1250 WTMA.
Welcome back, folks, as the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com. I always just like to take a moment and say how much I appreciate those of you that listen to this program. I've tried to do this every show for, I think as long as the show's been in existence, but there are plenty of folks that call and ask questions, just need some general knowledge type information, aside from those that, of course, need actual help with buying, selling, or investing in real estate. But I just wanted to say that I appreciate those of you that either reach out or just tune in. We've gotten some fantastic feedback over the past few weeks on the show, and so I just wanted to say thank you for that. So I want to talk about something now that is a bit of a touchy subject. Frankly, it's a fairly regulated subject, and that is commission. No one really likes to talk about commission, right? It's the most awkward. It's the most nerve-wracking thing for agents to talk about because obviously the percentage of the sale that they get after they split it with their broker, after they pay taxes on it, after all the other expenses they have associated with running their business, what they have left is what they use to feed their family. And so they want as much of it as they can get, right? Well, you as the consumer first need to understand that commission is negotiable, okay? There is no such thing as a quote-unquote standard commission. Now, you could say that real estate has been inflated by about 6% across the board to account for commissions because the vast majority of transactions happen with a real estate agent. So if we know that real estate is basically inflated by 6%, then the assumption is that 6% is the standard commission. Again, commission is negotiable. It is a value proposition agreed upon between the agent providing the service and, of course, the seller that pays it. As a buyer, you don't pay commission. The seller does. So, in my opinion, cost is always questioned in the absence of value, right? And so as a seller, what is it that you specifically value? Of course, the answer to that is going to be that it's different for different people. Some people need to sell their home really quickly, which is why something like maybe an instant cash offer might be of interest to them. Are they going to sell it for top dollar with an instant cash offer? No, they're not. And anybody out there that's led to believe that someone's going to walk up to them and make them a sight unseen cash offer, no appraisal, no repairs, and it be, exactly what that home is worth is just not going to happen. It happened for a little bit. It did happen for a little bit. In fact, we worked for a hedge fund that hired us to go and help them acquire up to $30 million worth of real estate a month in Charleston. Now, they have since backed off and have backed out of the market like so many of these other investment-based firms have. And now they're back down to, basically offering you 70 cents on the dollar for your house. But gosh, even if you put the property on the market for 5% below what the property is worth, 99 times out of 100, you're probably getting multiple offers on that thing. And it's selling quickly. Might take, in the grand scheme of things, a month longer than the cash offer scenario. But if you can wait one more month, is it worth it to get an extra 20, 25% in the value of your property? I sure think so. But some people just don't have that option or that luxury, and I get it. But if we're just talking about a normal circumstance where you don't have to sell immediately, or you're not the type of person that's going to say, hey, you know what? I'll have my property on the market for 5 years. I don't care, so long as I get my price. Well, I think people learn pretty quickly after having been on the market for a few months at a price that's higher than everybody else that it's just not going to happen. And you see it. You see it all the time. You see all these properties in the MLS that just change hands between real estate agents year in, year out, new agent, same property, same price. And it's just not going to sell. But for the rest of the world that is somewhat reasonable, that has reasonable expectations about the sale of their property. What is it that you as a seller value? Maybe you're willing to pay more for not only experience and customer service, but somebody that knows how to proactively find buyers for your house to increase the chance of you selling it for more money. On the other hand, you might be the type of seller that says, look, I've been there, done that. I don't care about all the bells and whistles. You don't need to come and, do a pre-listing home inspection for us, or, we don't need to get an outside appraisal, or, we don't need your staging incentive, or like all these different things that agents can offer and do offer. I mean, we do the same, but we kind of bracket it. We say, hey, here are some different options. And I think based on what you mentioned about your time frame and your motivation, this is probably the best one for you. And here's the secret. It's not always the most expensive, because the most expensive is also more work. And if you're the type of property that is going to sell quickly because you're in a hot market, it might make sense for you as a seller to take the less expensive option because it's going to sell regardless. So when you're interviewing a real estate agent, or even before that, even before you start having conversations with real estate agents, I would suggest taking a little time and thinking about what you as an individual value and what you're willing to pay for or not pay for when working with the agent that you choose to represent you in the course of selling your home. I think it's important, especially in today's age, with technology being at the forefront of everything we do, to hire somebody that is still going to put in the work, right? Everybody out there, and our industry has let it happen. It's been majorly disrupted by all of these different services that people pay for on a monthly basis or on a one-time basis to make their life simpler, right? To automate or assist so that we can save time and put more of that into income-producing activities. Or, you could look at it this way. There are, 10 years ago, about 6 million homes sold nationally. There were about 6 million leads that were sold to real estate agents. Last year, about the same number of closings, 200 million leads were sold. You want to talk about industry disruptors? It's all the companies out there that have found a way to get you to insert your contact information into some sort of form or service, and your information is just being sold over and over and over again to all these different entities. And that is why people are getting bombarded by real estate agents whenever they put their contact info in somewhere. And the chase is exhausting. I mean, no one wants to really talk on the phone anyways these days, which is why so many conversations have been reduced to text. And it's, you can't fight it. You just have to, you have to deal with it. But the point that I'm trying to make is, when you go to sell your house, there are going to be different types of real estate agents out there, different services that they offer. What is it that you value? How much are you willing to pay for those services, for those additional benefits, or for maybe the guarantee of a sale? And if it doesn't happen, then they sell it for free. There's always a little give and take somewhere in that process. The folks that we work with are ones that frankly appreciate the fact that they don't have to be subjected to us learning on the job. We know what to do. We're good at it. People pay us for our experience. They also pay us for our knowledge market, our ability to negotiate, and then finally our ability to market properties in a way that create interest and action. And the way we do that is by proactively identifying buyers interested in your specific property, as opposed to doing what most agents do, which is the 3 Ps. They place a sign in the yard, they place it in the MLS, and they pray another agent will sell it. So if that's something you'd like to learn more about, you want to see our different commission structures, you want to see the incentives associated with those different plans, we'd love the opportunity to share that with you and see what might make the most sense for you. My number is 843-800-0065. That's 843-800-0065. Or you can go and check us out online, listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. Stick around for the last few minutes of the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show right here on the Big Talker 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com.
Visit Brian Beatty's website at listingsincharleston.com. The Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues next on the Big Talker 1250 WTMA.